This one?
That one.
That one? Oh, this is half messy. Hi everybody. Welcome to Half Messy Me, where I get to share with you a little about me and how I always need to keep on working on myself to be the better me. Today's story is called Be Careful What You Wish For. Now, even though I'm saying be careful what you wish for, it actually has to do more with words. Growing up in church, I was always taught that words are very important. Words are life. So my aunt is a big stickler on this since I was, 3 years old. She would always say, be careful with your words, be careful how you talk. And I didn't curse or condemn anybody. I was pretty good. But I would say things jokingly like, I wish my school would burn down. I mean, that's not so bad. When I was younger, our family had a wonderful tradition. Every winter, we would go up north to be around snow because we live in Florida, and in Florida, there's no seasons. It's just hot, maybe not so hot, little cold, hot. There's just no winter. So we had so much fun going up north because we would rent a cabin, and each cabin was a different cabin in a different city, a different mountain. It was all exciting, and we made some great memories with my cousins and with my aunt and my uncle and my sisters. It was so much fun. After doing this tradition for a couple of years, the parents, my aunts, my uncles, my mom, my dad, they decided they want to get their own cabin, and we did. They got their money together and they bought a cabin, and we would go visit that cabin, and it was so much fun. A lot of memories remain in that cabin, and we appreciate that cabin, but the financial burden was real. Every time that our cabin didn't get rented while we were back home was hard. It had to come out of everybody's paycheck, and I remember the grown-ups just kind of groveling about it. And I remember my mom even saying, I wish the cabin would burn down and we would collect the insurance money. And in my mind, I'm kind of like, that's not cool, but yeah, whatever. And then we would all laugh about it and we would go with it, cool. We kept on having to pay for the months that we didn't get the cabin, but we were very gracious when we got to go stay at our cabin. So one day, we were at the movie theaters, and my aunt calls my mom. And my mom took us out of the movie theaters, and she said it was very important. And apparently, our rental agency called my aunt and said the cabin burned down. What? I couldn't believe them. I couldn't believe that the cabin actually burned down. My mom was kind of crying. My aunt was super sad, and I was just like, what? How did it burn down? Apparently, in the news, it said that a meth lab blew up and had an accident, and that our cabin was a meth lab? No, it was not a meth lab. There was a patriotic room in there. No. Actually, what happened was that the energy people came over to refill the gas in our tanks, and there was a gas leak. However, it got ignited because our cleaning lady came over, and when she turned on some things, suddenly the floor started to shake and boom, a fire went off. Don't worry, she is okay. But she did get some injuries, but it's okay. After that, we're pretty much never gonna rent a cabin again because that was just scary. But that was the real story, not a meth lab, and our cleaning lady can attest to that. I look back and I could still remember reading that newspaper headline that said meth lab cabin blew up. I could still remember my dad flying up to deal with the insurance company doing the investigation. And yeah, we got an insurance check and our cabin burned down. But we were so sad. We loved that cabin, and our family put so much work into it that all of us sat down and we said to each other, we really need to be careful of the words we speak. We cannot let something like this happen again. Now, I'm not saying that everything that comes out of your mouth is going to come true as it kind of did for my family. But what this taught me is even with what the Bible verse says in Matthew 15:18. The verse reads, but whatever words come out of the mouth comes from the heart, and this is what defiles and dishonors the man. I want to make sure that whatever words come out of my mouth are reflecting my heart, So when it comes to hard situations of when I'm annoyed with the kids or upset at my husband or really feeling like I'm just not worthy, I remember to be careful the words I say. I don't say I'm lazy, I'm not worthy, I'm a bad mother. I won't say those words. Or I won't say my husband is so annoying, I wish he was away from me, or my kids are too much for me to handle right now. I won't say those words. I will pray about it as I'm feeling that and give it to God, but not say those words. The cabin story is a stretch from that, but because I got to see something where words were spoken and then it actually happened, I don't play with that. So I always remember to be careful with the words I say and also be careful with what I wish for. So from my half messy life to yours, be careful what you wish for, but also be mindful what you say. Groveling, okay, groveling is a word. Groveling's like grovel, 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 grovel. Is groveling not a word? Grumble? Is it grumbling?